Okay, our last player is safety Jaheem Joseph. Questions for Jaheem, Greg?
So, Jaheem, just give me your thoughts on Saturday. How did you do? What did you think of the defense?
I feel like I'm gonna start with the defense. We weren't consistent enough. I'll say we had spurts in the game where we executed, and then we had spurts that we didn't, and it showed on a lot of explosive plays. And individually, I mean, I had an okay game. Felt like I just did my job. Reflect back to my training. Coach Leslie talk about it all the time. Just do your 111. So just focus on that.
A lot of motioning. It was guys were misaligned a little bit. Some of the eye candy they did. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, going into the week, we understood that just looking at the Kansas tape, they did a lot of motions, a lot of shifts. But we seen that all camp against our own offense. So I feel like it wasn't that big of a deal. But of course, when it comes to the motion alignments and assignments, it kind of gets a little jazzed up a little bit. But it's just we just got to execute better. There's nothing new that we haven't seen facing our offense.
You'd seen them in the past in terms of Penn State when you were at Northwestern. So different? Did you see anything different from them? That's sort of what they've done in the past?
Yeah, I'll say this year was definitely a lot more emotions and shifts. When we played them before, it was more stationary. But coming from the Big Ten, you're gonna see they're gonna run the ball, and that's just if you don't stop the run, they're gonna keep running it. So that's just that's really just the similarities they have compared to last year.
So your defense better than it showed Saturday, in your opinion?
Definitely, 100%. We in spurts you can see the potential in our defense, but going into this week we got to work on being consistent, honing in on the details, and just executing throughout the whole game.
It looked like there was a lot of personnel shifting around, a lot of you guys, coming in and out, and some swaps a little bit in the second half. Any confusion there, or was it just trying to see what different people could do to be effective in different situations?
That's above me. Some of you gotta ask the coaches. I just when my number's called, I just gotta go in and execute.
But for you all on the field, did you feel like there was any time where you were, I'm not sure what I'm doing here? Were you pretty confident?
No, I was confident. It's something I take pride in, just being prepared every week. Just taking it one day at a time. Throughout the week, you just gotta focus on your job, and just on Saturday, you gotta execute.
Different is West Virginia's defense from what you had been playing. Was there a time that it took you to adjust, and how do you feel? Are you comfortable now?
It was definitely an adjustment when I first came into spring. It's some similarities, but some differences, of course. It just comes with the territory of switching schemes. But I felt like I'm pretty comfortable in the system because I did a lot of similar things in the Northwestern system. But it wasn't really a hard transition for me to learn it.
When you watch the tape with the coaches and stuff, what were some of the takeaways?
We just got to execute better. I feel like we tackled well. We were flying around. We didn't have a lot of lows. We just got to emphasize on communicating and just focus on executing throughout the whole 4 quarters.
When a game kind of goes that way, from start to finish almost, how quickly afterward do you kind of flush it and try to mentally move on to the next one?
Me personally, I watch it right after the game. I watch it again on Sunday. And then after that, we watch it again on Monday, and after I'm on to the next opponent. I don't really take the previous game with me into the week because it happened already. It is what it is. We got a new opportunity on Saturday.
You mentioned you had go ahead.
How hard is that to do? I mean, a baseball player has a ball game the next day. You got a whole week to do what? I mean,
right. I guess it's different for everybody. For me, I say it really depends on my performance, honestly. Like, if it's a bad performance, I kind of like watch it a little more just to see so I don't repeat things. But it's just Monday is probably the last day I think about the last game and just let it go because we got to focus on a new opponent.
You mentioned you had an okay performance. What do you want to improve upon? What do you need to work on?
I want to communicate better. Take more control while I'm on the field. Just making sure we all on the same page. And that's the main things I want to focus on.
Take me through the transfer. Why'd you decide to leave? You're having some success at Northwestern, and then ultimately you come with Garnett, and he explained it to us. That's sort of how it all happened.
I felt like I needed a new start. No, I accomplished a lot while I was there. You know, getting 2 bowl wins, graduating. I just felt like it was time for new change, a new opportunity. And as far as me and Garnett, it's kind of crazy. Like he said, like we never planned it. Like even when I first got in, like he wasn't in yet, so I kind of started my recruitment early. But like when it came to a time where I committed, and then I was looking at him like, we don't have to. We don't gotta go to like. It's not. I never like. It's your path. We on our own paths. But if we go together, then that'll be crazy. And it just lined up like that.
So for you, why West Virginia? There can't be a whole lot of places that are less similar than Chicago and Morgantown. So did you want something smaller? What
Definitely.
you
I
think?
definitely wanted to be in a college town. You know, get that experience. West Virginia. I've been watching West Virginia since I was little. You know, watching Geno Smith, Tavon Austin, obviously, Stedman Bailey. You know, Geno and Stedman, they both from my area. So just watching their highlights, like I always been familiar with West Virginia, and it just everything lined up perfectly how I wanted. I wanted to come to a historic known program. You know, the culture here. I wanted to just buy into something that's established already. And the team, I mean, we brought back majority of the starters, had a lot of production. So I wanted to actually get a chance to get in the playoff and compete at a high level.
Has the experience been what you thought it would be?
Oh
What you
yeah,
wanted it to be?
yeah. When we ran out of tunnel Saturday, I was like, oh yeah, like I was excited. I was like, yeah, this is what I wanted to be in right here.
Garnett was joking, but he said that when he found out that you were going here, he said, "Hey, check to see if they need a corner."
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. I was talking to Coach Codd and Coach Brown a lot, and then I was like, let me just see. I asked Coach Codd, I was like, y'all looking for corners? He was like, yeah. I was like, all right, bet. Like I know somebody that that might get in the portal, so I get you to check them out, and then it just lined up perfectly.
And then, your preseason, you played a lot of free when Anthony went down, right? And then you were in the cat
Yes, sir.
on Saturday. I know they're pretty similar, but like, are you still? I guess you're still learning cat because you spent some time at free. But how do you feel about knowing both positions? Maybe as
It's
an
something
advantage.
I've done at Northwestern. I always learned both positions. That's just how I study the playbook. Honestly, like I feel like if you playing cat or playing free, you gotta know what the other safety's doing. It help you play faster, and the certain techniques you can get a step ahead in front of the offense.
If you needed to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Easy. Okay.
I know Saturday can't be a giant eraser to last week, but what is it going to take to, in your mind, to have a successful? What's Saturday going to look like to kind of wipe that clean?
We gotta take one day at a time. You know, we gotta be focused on the details. We gotta communicate. Every rep in practice, we gotta treat it like it is a game. We can't necessarily just not be focused, not be locked in throughout the week, because you know it'll show up on Saturday at this level. Speaking of how I said we weren't executing, when you don't execute and one guy is not doing their job, the ball's gonna find it every time.
Did you see? I guess the Northwestern's temporary stadium. And
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
It was interesting. Towards the end of the season, when November, December, it's gonna be bad out there because the wind coming off the lake. You know, we practice there. The wind is crazy, but I definitely it's a cool little stadium. I seen it.
What was it like for a Miami kid moving to Chicago?
The first winter was brutal. I'm like, the first winter was brutal, but I mean, it's something I wanted to do. Going into my recruitment in high school, I wanted to be in a different environment. I wanted to branch out and be on my own and kind of grow up in my own sense. I didn't want to necessarily be close to home. I wanted to just figure out who I am as a person and just grow up and grow into the young man I am today.
You mentioned Geno and Stedman, your area. Had you ever met them? Any
Nah.
connection there? No.
Appreciate y'all.